So remember when Steamboat Willie went into public domain last year? Yep, this is that horror film. So how bad is it? You're about to find out. Welcome to Tubi Terrors, where we explore the terrifying side of Tubi. I'm your host Alucard, and today we are checking out the 2024 slasher film The Mousetrap from director Jamie Bailey. The film stars Sophie McIntosh, Calum Sywick, Mackenzie Mills, and Simon Phillips, who also wrote and produced the film. The working title was Mickey's Mousetrap, but they quickly changed it. We begin with a disclaimer that the movie is in no way affiliated with Disney in a Star Wars like scroll, which they also mention is not affiliated with the film. Then we go to a goth girl behind bars who's labeled the Miracle Survivor, who proceeds to tell the story of the film to two annoying cops. Way to give away the ending, guys. So the story takes place at the Fun Haven, which is a mega arcade where we meet workers Alex and Jaina. They are asked to stay late to work an after party for a group of rich kids. They reluctantly agree. Their manager, Tim Collins, proceeds to watch Steamboat Willie on a projector. I assume in the same building, it just kind of jumps to him. Yeah, the editing in this movie, okay, we'll get to that later. As he watches the film, he is compelled to put on the old Mickey Mouse mask that is in a display case, transforming him into a murderous public domain nightmare. So, back to the arcade, Jaina bails on Alex as she goes off to meet a guy. But the rich kids end up being Alex's friends, throwing her a surprise 21st birthday party. We have the asshole jock and the nerdy friend who are both in love with Alex, of course. We also have a horny couple, a stoner, a ditzy blonde, and the goth girl from the beginning of the flick. Oh, and a couple of hockey teammates of the jock. Did I mention this movie is Canadian? Sometimes very Canadian. And I don't usually go full spoilers on my reviews, but yeah, I'm gonna spoil this one. So skip to the end if you don't want it spoiled. So Tim now has the Mickey mask over his head and has a hockey jersey on, so he is often believed to be the jock by our characters. Mickey picks off the gang one by one, often with the camera cutting away at the good parts. The goth girl is attacked and gets her heel sliced, so she just kind of stays there for the rest of the movie. But Mickey has a hidden superpower. He can teleport, which explains the choppy editing. He just kind of goes from one kill to the other with no rhyme or reason, and I guess the teleportation kind of explains that? I don't know. Anyway, the teleportation is never explained why he can. He just does it when he feels like it. So the gang figures out Mickey's weakness. He cannot teleport when he sees a strobe light. So they use that fact to trap Mickey in the jungle gym section, which has strobe lights. And they take turns getting shots in, boom, boom, boom. And then Alex, the birthday girl, approaches him to talk smack, and then the strobe lights stop. So Mickey teleports behind her and decapitates her. The jock starts yelling, and it cuts mid-sentence to the end credits. What? Ugh. What kind of shit ending is that? But there is an after credit sequence where Mickey goes to the jail the goth girl's at and frees her, and she smiles. So is she going to be his accomplice in part two? Why? Just why? Alright. Some other things that really bug me in the movie. Everybody in this movie is idiotic to some degree, with most being like hella annoying. The kills are very bleh. There's very little blood or gore, so if you're looking for that, you're going to be sadly disappointed. The acting, for the most part, was mediocre to kind of bad. except for two performances I'll touch on in a second. And the script was fairly terrible. Now, that being said, this movie is surprisingly watchable. I like the location that they chose for the movie, which is apparently a real arcade in Ottawa, Canada. If you've been there, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the place. The cinematography and the lighting were actually pretty good, especially for such a low budget. And I do want to highlight two actors here. Sophie McIntosh as our birthday girl, Alex. I really did enjoy her performance up until she gets all cocky at the end. Thought that was a little bit out of character. And Mackenzie Mills, who pretty much steals the show as the goth girl Rebecca. She's easily my favorite character, with some great retorts to the two irritating policemen that they keep cutting back to. Kind of annoying. Is the movie good? No. Is it bad? Yes. But it's still watchable. So I'm going to give The Mousetrap 2 bats out of 5. You can stream it for free on Tubi, Pluto TV, and the Roku channel. Also available on Peacock and Amazon Prime if you have memberships with those guys. And for our physical media fans, it is available on DVD and on Blu-ray. So there you have it. Have you seen The Mousetrap? If you did, please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for joining me on another Tubi Terror adventure. Until next time, adios, Bela Lugosi.